You know, when a family is grieving, everyday tasks can become the hardest thing to do. But the Children's Grief Center here in Albuquerque supports families going through that. And they need help from the community, from you, to keep providing the support that they do, including some volunteers. So here with more on the Grieving Center and how you can help is Jade Richardson-Bach. We're so glad you're with us this morning.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
Thanks for joining us. So explain to folks what the center is, how you receive folks that are going through really difficult times in life.
The Children's Grief Center is our area's only support program for young people ages 5 to 25 who've experienced the death of a loved one. And that's about 5% of the young people in our community.
I think this is a really tough thing to approach. A lot of people don't know how to help those who are grieving, and this is an
None
important
of us
resource.
know. There's
you know?
no chapter in what to expect when you're expecting on, how do I handle it when mom or dad dies. But that's why we're here. We're the experts. Just give us a call.
You help people all over New Mexico, not just in the metro area?
Our primary focus is in central New Mexico, but because things happen all around our state, we have a special program in the summer called Camp Corazon, and that's for kids ages 7 to senior in high school who've experienced a death in their family. And like all the services we provide, it's provided at no charge.
What types of situations specifically? Is it a variety, a range of things? I mean, this could be the passing of a military family member, something that happens suddenly with an illness, I imagine?
You know, the truth is that every family who comes to those doors is a family just like yours and just like mine. The most common cause of death that brings people to us is cancer and then car accidents. But it's every situation you can imagine. And these are families that did everything right and still ended up needing a little special help.
Yeah, a little bump in life, unfortunately. Sometimes those happen. So you're looking for help from people in the community.
You know, we have a staff of 4 regular people, and we serve over 450 individuals a year. And we're able to do that because of our wonderful volunteers. And these are people who come from all walks of life. You don't have to have special training in mental health field or social work field or anything like that to become a volunteer at the Children's Grief Center. We provide all the training you need.
And there's training coming up, correct?
There's a training this Saturday, and we only do training twice per year. And there's information on our website, or people can call us to get registered for the training. But it's 2 consecutive Saturdays, and we're looking for people who are compassionate listeners, people who like to play, people who like to hang out with kids, and people who are available 2 evenings per month.
And this is specifically, again, what role they'll fulfill once they've had that training?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they become volunteer bereavement facilitators. It's a very special role. I started out as a volunteer bereavement facilitator in 2003, and I'm still there.
Folks at home, I wonder if some are thinking, you know what, I'm good with kids, but I wonder, is this the right role for me? How does that translate from just being, maybe a comforting ear, listening ear to somebody to really helping them through a difficult time?
You know what? We provide all the information that people need to become effective volunteers with the Grief Center. And the beautiful thing is that we don't have to fix it. All the families come to us with everything they need inside them to get through this. We just provide the environment for it to happen.
Sometimes it is just a listening ear, right? Don't you think?
Absolutely.
I mean, imagine, you have the expertise there, but I would imagine that sometimes it's just a matter of talking it through with somebody.
And for the kids, it is all about meeting another kid who understands where they're coming from. So that's why it's peer support. They can look across the circle and say, hey, you know what? There's somebody else who knows what I'm going through. And that reduces that sense of isolation that so many grieving people experience.
You need financial support too?
All the time.
Yeah.
We never charge anybody for services, and we don't receive any state or federal funding. So this is a community service that's provided by the community. So people who make contributions financially as well as with their talent and time as volunteers are what make the Grief Center possible.
And I was going to ask if there's a cost to have the services done, right?
Everything for families is free at all times.
Okay, so how does somebody get started if they're heading in the right direction? You said there's a training this weekend, so we know that. Do you have the details on that?
Yes, it's all day Saturday. People need to call us or go to our website today to get information and to get registered.
And what about a family who's grieving? Who do they need to contact if they say, hey, that's for me?
They just call. They just give us a call at the Children's Grief Center of New Mexico. We'll answer all their questions. We'll talk with them and give them tips about how to talk with their kids about what's changed in their family, and we'll invite them to come down and check us out for a new family orientation. If they decide that it's right for them, then they can usually start right away.
You have some sights set on building and growing this program too, I imagine?
You know, it is growing all the time. We're so fortunate that we have been here for 14 years, and every year more and more people come to us, and every year more and more wonderful volunteers show up to make these services possible. I think that the Grief Center is going to be here forever.
Jade Richardson-Bach with the Children's Grief Center. We're glad you've been here, and thanks for the service that you provide in the community too. I know a lot of folks appreciate that. We have more links online, more information I should say online, krqe.com under KRQE links if you'd like to learn more about the Grief Center and how you might be able to participate.
Yep.
Jade, thanks.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.